the book of Isaiah, chapter 46, and verse 9. Remember the former things of old, for I am the Most High, and there is none else. I am the Most High, and there is none like me, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Makakudash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother David from the Men of Valor campaign, Greenwood, South Carolina, coming back with another video in sincerity and in truth. Lord willing, it could be edifying. And coming back with a video from zeroheads.com, going into this article of how, they're basically going to move forward with the, setting up the MOTB, digital IDs, digital currencies and whatnot. Although there may be some pushback. And why I started bringing out Isaiah 46 was because there might be some resistance, or, you have, even governments that might come up against this, NWO being set up, might come up against this whole digital currency and whatnot. Talking, as you see in the article, is speaking about, potential for abuse. Well, that's exactly what the Lord wants. That's exactly what the Lord is going to have Esau set up, although there may be pushback. So just because you might have an astounding amount of people that don't want to accept it doesn't mean the Lord isn't going to still, once again, declare it, but also have it come to pass, because his counsel will stand. All right. His words do not go out void. So we're going to read a little bit of this. It says from zeroheads.com, EU moves forward with digital ID despite security concerns and potential for abuse. And that's exactly what's going to come. Abuse of, basically Esau is going to want to know everything and anything about you, whether it be money or your personal life. And you're going to be literally tied to the matrix. It says the European Parliament and the Council of the European Union reached a final agreement this week on the establishment of European digital identity wallets. And it's important to note that the European Union is a part of the beast. All right. The 7 heads and 10 horns. All right. The 7 heads goes into the NATO nations. All right. The military powers. Right. And these are all Edomites, by the way. And the European Union going into, pretty much the structure. All right. Now, America sits pretty much upon that beast, but it is a member of NATO. All right. It is a military ally. All right. So this is important. This ties into the whole beast system, so to speak. It says the first central and fully digital identification system for all Europeans. Under the new law, the EU will offer its citizens so-called digital wallets on a voluntary basis at first. That's important, which will contain digital versions of their ID cards, driver's license, diplomas, medical records, and bank account information, the European Conservative reported. And I'm going to read the quote. It says, these documents will be recognized as means to access online services throughout Europe, and citizens will be able to prove their identity and share electronic documents from their wallets with the click of a button, the legislators hope. And they're going to push this as a thing of convenience as far as the identification side of it. It says this marks an important step toward the digital decade 2030 target on the digitalization of public services, the EU Commission said in a statement Wednesday. All EU citizens will be offered the possibility to have an EU digital identity wallet to access public and private online services and full security and protection of personal data all over Europe. The agreement reached by the co-legislators is now subject to formal approval by the European Parliament and the Council. Once formally adopted, the European Digital Identity Framework will enter into the force on the 20th day following its publication in the official journal. The agreement came just a few weeks after Christine Lagarde The head of the European Central Bank announced that the European Union was moving forward with the development of the new central bank digital currency, the digital euro. You see how it's all falling into place, man? All right, hey, this might not sound like the most, it's not so, as far as drama, because Jake like drama and Jake want to be entertained, man. This isn't for your entertainment. This is for your edification. This is so you know what they're doing. All right, this is us standing upon our watch and in real time, pretty much bringing this out and filtering it through the scriptures. All right, if you want to watch something for entertainment, go watch WFI or go watch IUIC, man. All right, we're going to give you prophecy around here. All right, because these are major signs of the end. We see World War III popping off, but World War III isn't going to fully pop off, as we know, as we've been told through the spirit of of Yahweh Shema Shai, rested upon our beloved elders and apostles. All right, that World War III ain't gonna go nuclear if the MOTB hasn't been pushed out the earth. So we see that they're actually laying the groundwork once again in Europe, and best believe it's gonna come here for a CBDC, a digital euro, and these digital IDs, man. That's all tying into getting and setting things up for the MOTB, the CHIP. So if this is so-called boring to you, hey, just go watch something else, man. All right. We've been commanded not to take this technology when they fully push it. All right. So it's better that we know, all right, that we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, as the scriptures say, because when they try to use this as a means to prevent famine or as a means of salvation for you people, a lot of you people are going to bow down and take it, except those that are in the know, except the Lord's elect. Continuing on, conservative EU lawmakers and cybersecurity experts have opposed those developments. And that's why, once again, like I said, although you might have people that try to give it pushback, all right, the Lord said it's going to be set up. It's going to be set up. Warning that large-scale abuse is inevitable in all encompassing digital identity system. Dutch MEP Rob Roos sounds the alarm on X Wednesday. It says, breaking very bad news. The European Parliament and member states just reached an agreement on introducing the digital identity, he said. Roos noted the following the agreement, EU Commissioner Thierry Breton said, now that we have a digital identity wallet, we have to put something in it, suggesting a connection between CBDC and EID, or electric ID, I'm assuming. CBDC, once again, is central banking digital currency. Ahead of the European Parliament's decision, over 500 privacy and cybersecurity experts from 39 countries signed a joint letter warning that the legislation fails to properly respect the right to privacy of citizens and secure online communication. And that's going to be the point. All right, you people are going to, sign up for this. And Esau gonna know when you taking a piss, man. He gonna know when you popping your woman. He gonna know when you eating. He gonna know when you stressed. And he gonna know if you have thoughts about opposing his system, man. He gonna cut your water off, all right, metaphorically. It says, Rules lamented most EU lawmakers ignored all the privacy experts and security specialists. They're pushing it all through, and that's because it's the will of Yahweh Shema Shai. It says the Dutch conservative said that he is not optimistic, but is not too late yet. Parliament still has to vote about this. Let your MEP know that you oppose the digital identity and that you want your MEP to vote against it, he said. And it doesn't matter who votes against it, who votes for it. All right, it's all the illusion of choice, okay? Yahweh Shema Shai is in full control, man. Full control. Let's see what Biden got to say. The Biden White House released a comprehensive framework for the responsible development of digital assets in September of last year. Catherine Austin Fitts, financial expert and assistant secretary of Housing and Urban Development during the H.W. Bush administration, has been long a vocal opponent of CBDC systems. In a recent interview, she warned that 100% digital system would be controlled centrally and that a person's money could potentially be limited to a particular geographical area. Such a totalitarian system, she argued, could also allow the state to limit people on what they are allowed to buy. All right, this is important. It says, let's say I wanted to mandate a V. Your financial transaction ability could be turned off, Fitz said. This is total control over your damn life, man. All right, which the scriptures say, woe to him that decree unrighteous decrees. This is an unrighteous decree. All right, but you can't scream tyranny when they push this shit when the Lord commanded us not to take it, as we're going to read. Your access to your financial assets can be denied or stopped if you don't do what you're told. All right, and that's the point, and that's pretty much the end of the article. I just wanted to bring out this information. Let's get some scriptures, all right, because, hey, we're commanded to be circumspect. Let's get that. Ephesians 5:15, all right, nice and sweet. It says, see then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. And this is coming faster than people think. Right? People think this is something that's going to be years off, man. The Lord is speeding, or he's shortening the days for the elect's sake. We see all this happening in the so-called Middle East, okay? The Lord isn't going to let up in that area. So what is he going to do? Hey, he's going to make sure they're pushing forth this legislation, pushing forth these draconian measures to get this CBDC and ultimately the MOTB rolling, man. All right, hey, that hour of temptation is going to come to pass. All right, you're going to be tried with whether or not you're going to bow down to the system and receive that charagma. If you're going to have that implant under your damn skin, man, whether in your hand or in your forehead or in your butt cheek, for you niggas that want to be simple, man. If you take that thing, man, hey, you can't repent from it, and you're not going to be delivered. So we've been called to walk circumspectly, to look around, see what's going on, pay attention to this. Although it might not sound all entertaining, it's prophecy, right? And if you're in the spirit of prophecy, like our Lord Yahweh Shah was, we get excited at this because this is a step closer to our immortality, a step closer to our kingdom, right? So, hey, who cares if it ain't exciting to you? Let's get into it. This is Revelation chapter 13. And I'm going to start at verse 11. It says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon, right? Going into this system. All right, you have the Republicans, Democrats. All right, back in ancient Rome, it was the plebeians and the patricians. All right, two sides that seemed like enemies, you know, that were invested in the wants of certain people on the economic scale, but they spake as a dragon. So ultimately, they were all, you know, were part of the same beast. It's part of the same animal that's been set up to control, man. Verse 12, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, right? So it mimicked, you know, pretty much the ancient Roman Empire, all right, because this is the revived Roman Empire. And he caused the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast whose deadly wound was healed. And that's why you see a lot of, you know, the same things that was going on in ancient Rome going on here. Just like now, you got a war, you have wars going on, you have financial systems and collapses being set up. But what is people pretty much preoccupied with? Bread and circus. All right, and that was adopted by the Romans in the first Roman Empire. Verse 13, it says, and he doeth great wonders, so that he make fire come down from heaven on earth in the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they shall make an image to the beast which had a wound by sword and did live. Right. So, you know, this system, you know, mimicking that old system. All right. And people are going to bow, you know, people are invested in it. People are going to worship. And right now you might have a lot of pushback from individuals, but all right, hey, you know, famine is a grave motivator. All right, when people's livelihoods is shaking up, and they offer that as the only solution to so-called getting back to normal, just like they did a test run with the whole V's. All right, and they gave you cards, proof of V, so you could go back into restaurants. People, hey, took it, man. Verse 15, it says, let me read it again. It says, and he had power to give life into the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And that's what it's going to come down to. Some of us are going to be martyrs, and we're going to have to lay down our life because we don't accept this system. All right, but you will be risen to a crown of life. Verse 16, and here's the point, and he causeth all right, everyone, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark. And that word mark, as we know, is charagma, in their right hand or in their foreheads. And it's not a spiritual mark. All right. The spiritual mark will be that mark of exemption, that tawah, in Ezekiel, the 9th chapter. All right. That's going to be set upon the foreheads of the men that sign, that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Right. All right. But this right here is a physical mark. All right. You already have people in Sweden that have received it. You know, you also have Elon Musk, Neuralink, you know, that are doing test runs on human trials, so to speak. All right, and everybody's gonna be caused to make a choice. Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, because it might first be something for identification and all that shit. Just like how you need 2 forms of ID for you to get a job, same thing. Once they go digital, that's what's gonna be used. But also it's going to take over the financial markets. There's not going to be any more Federal Reserve notes. Okay. It says, once again, that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. And here's wisdom: let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of the man, and his number is 600 and six. And that goes into the numeric barcode that will be found, you know, pretty much in you know, that's used in the products. You know, that's pretty much his barcode system, right? And as always, we have to go into the punishment for those that receive, right? Because if you know, you Jake want to get simple, and a lot of women, as the Apostle Tahar said many times before, a lot of these damn women, a lot of our women is going to get simple and fold and either and take it and have our children take it, man. You know, we got to be prepared for that. We got to count those costs. Right, but we've been commanded not to take it. Those that understand and know, all right, even unto the death, reject that shit. This is Revelation chapter 14. We're going to finish off here. In verse 9, it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehand or in his hand. It doesn't specify right or left. It just says in his hand. It says, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. You're going to get fucking burnt, man. You're going to get burned up in those nuclear missiles, man. In the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of Yahushua. You're not going to be accepted. Are you going to be rejected? Because you have camps that literally teach that that the MOTB isn't what what the scriptures and what we say it is, man. All right, and punishments will come forth. So nonetheless, hey, nobody's going to be able to stop this. All right, they're going to pass it in the law. They're going to pass the legislation, and they're going to force your ass to take it, man. And I say force, meaning you're not going to have you're not going to be able to maneuver around it. You either with them or you against them. Ain't no gray area. And we're dead set against them, even unto the death. So, Lord willing is edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Makakadash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Till next time, Shalom.